What's up guys, DK Jones here and welcome to the Japanese Grand Prix weekend preview. We're back in Suzuka where Verstappen won his second championship and he is going to continue the road to his third championship. We're going to have the hardest compound of tires here, C1, C2 and C3, 307.471 kilometers over 53 laps. Last time we were here, Verstappen, of course, as I said, won his second championship ahead of Perez, and Leclerc rounded off the podium. It's looking sunny, no chances of rain for this weekend. Drivers' Championship, we have Daniel Ricciardo and Sargent with 0 points, Yuki Tsunoda, Liam Lawson on 2 points, and you have Magnussen on 3, Zhou Guanyu on 4 points with Bottas in 15th, Hulkenberg above him with Albon on double figures now, Esteban Ocon in 12th and Oscar Piastri in 11th. In the top half we have Pierre Gasly in 10th below Lance Stroll, with the two Brits above him, George Russell ahead of Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc behind Carlos Sainz, who is behind his fellow Spaniard Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton up into third position behind Sergio Perez, who is behind the leader Max Verstappen. In the Constructors Championships we have AlphaTauri on 4 points with Alfa Romeo 2 points behind Haas. We have Williams a good way ahead of Haas and Alpine a good way ahead of Williams. McLaren behind Aston Martin with Ferrari in third, Mercedes in second and Red Bull leading the Constructors Championship. Hotlap of the Japanese Grand Prix, one of the more famous tracks on the calendar, Suzuka International Racing Course on the main straight. To start our hot lap now. Happens to be the only DRS straight on the track. We're on the left hand side of the track to open up our apex for a flat out turn 1 before we lift off and brake slightly for turn 2 as we go into the famous Suzuka S's, trying to get every change of direction right to the T. I personally just lack the reflexes for a track like this. As we start to get on the throttle a bit more towards the end of the S's, moving over to the left hand side for a pretty quick right hander, which is followed by a slightly slower right hander as we go underneath the bridge and uphill towards the hairpin, of course braking deep into the corner to try and get a good exit following this hairpin as we go towards a prolonged semicircle sort of section. First race here was in 1987. The track distance is 5.807 kilometers as we go through 2 quick left-handers. Track record is a 1:39.83 by Lewis Hamilton in 2018 as we go belting past a straight which I think should be a DRS zone. Staying on the right hand side to go flat out through 130R, approaching the final chicane, trying to keep it as close to the apexes as we can and then try to get a good exit onto the main straight where DRS will be active to end off our hot lap of the Japanese Grand Prix. Qualifying predictions, and after Singapore it's a bit more unpredictable now. I'm going to go for the safer option still and just see what Japan brings about to see if the changes we saw in Singapore are permanent or not. I've gone for Max Verstappen to get pole ahead of Alonso in second. Then you have the 2 Ferraris on the second row with Hamilton in 5th ahead of Lando Norris and George Russell, Piastri in 8th place, Gasly in 9th and Albon in 10th. Into the race predictions, and as I said, this weekend will really tell us what's going on really in terms of the pace of the Red Bulls. So again, going to keep it safe and go for a Verstappen win ahead of a flying Carlos Sainz. Recently his pace has been really up there. Then you have Hamilton on the podium, Leclerc in 4th position, Perez getting driver of the day with Hamilton getting the fastest lap, and in Singapore I only got Leclerc to finish 4th in my predictions. Weekend schedule for the Japanese Grand Prix. On Friday we're going to have FP1 at 11:30 to 12:30 and FP2 at 15 to 16. On Saturday is FP3 at 11:30 to 12:30 and qualifying at 15 to 16, and on Sunday is the race at 14. Now these are track times in Suzuka, Japan, so you're going to have to find out what times these are where you are. But if you have enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave your predictions down in the comment section below. And from me, DK Jones, I'll see you next time.